Hello, welcome to Postcolonial Space. I'm Masood Raja. And yes, this is one of my motivational videos and not necessarily educational. But today I just want to talk about why, in my opinion, learning is never wasted. Now, we live in a world where we think in transactional terms. I'm going to do this. What do I get out of it? That's how our brains are trained in this, world of neoliberal capital. But I've learned through my experience that even when something new that you're learning that is not directly related to what you do, it can benefit you in so many tangible and intangible ways. Now, of course, my opinion is not based in research. These are mostly experiential views and anecdotal, therefore. But let's just think about it. Last year, towards the end of 2021, was when I realized that I will soon have to leave academia. The reasons were personal, but also professional. Certain things were happening, which I didn't like. But I didn't just storm out of my office and say, here is my resignation. No, I spent about a year trying to retool myself. The idea was to learn new skills while I make my way out of academia. And most importantly, also to figure out how will me and my wife support ourselves after I quit my job, because she had already left to take care of her family. So I came up with this two-pronged plan. One was to take user experience research courses with Interaction Design Foundation. I also have a couple of videos on it. So the purpose behind that was to transition my qualitative research skills into a field in which there were many jobs and there was a need and something that I thought I could do effectively. So that was one prong of my plan. I started taking user experience design courses. The other effort that I focused on was to take a course to get certified as a life coach. Now, if you look at it from a detached perspective, both of these fields that I ventured into had something to do with me. They allowed me to transition my skills, transform them into new areas. And they dealt with people. And both required a certain degree of empathy for other people. So the plan wasn't just, I'm going to do this and do that. It looked at the pragmatic outcomes of my training, but also it looked at what is it that I'm good at as a person and how could I transform those skills and those habits into new areas of work. So coming to Interaction Design Foundation courses, I found them to be amazing. I'll post a link in the description if you're interested in taking their courses. By the way, if you follow the link in the description, I get an extension on my registration on my membership. So there is a benefit to me if you follow that link. So I took 30 courses, learned pretty much anything that you can learn online through self-paced courses about what is UX research, how to do it, how to tabulate reports, how to do qualitative interviews, how to code them, how to anything that I could learn online, I did. And then in my life coaching course, I learned the skills that were about how to work with people, how to work with people where they come up with solutions to their problems, and how to be an effective and an empathetic coach. Now, out of these two ventures, the user experience design one didn't pan out. I applied for quite a few jobs, got a couple of interviews as well, but I was not able to land a job. Now, the reasons are immaterial. Maybe I didn't have a good enough portfolio. Maybe people were looking for, someone younger or someone different. But that entire training of 30 courses did not materialize in a tangible result, which is a job. On the other hand, the life coaching course taught me new skills and enabled me to register my company, Kind Coaching, and to launch my coaching business. And thankfully, I actually have some really amazing clients. But here is how the design education came to help me directly. I used the skills that I learned in my 30 courses to create my website. If you go to my website, masoodraja.com, everything on it is planned, keeping the user in mind, keeping the user ease in mind. And I would have not known that if I had not taken the design courses. So in a way then, all of that learning was not wasted. It actually enabled me to support the second venture, which was the life coaching venture. And then because of that training on my life coaching website, I can actually now offer a service where I say, I'll design your WordPress website with users in mind. Similarly, the life coaching, which is now becoming successful, which actually is sustaining us, thank you to all my clients, is also deeply informed by my design training, because one aspect of the design education was not just to be empathetic, but figuring out ways of being empathetic, figuring out how to take an interview, which usually is a situation in life coaching, and how to draw insights from it, insights that are useful to the client. And so in so many ways, the mode of thinking that I learned in my design education is also operative in my life coaching business. And then there was another course that I took in my design education, which was a course about entrepreneurs, about digital nomads. Now that was directed to designers, but there were so many insights in it about how to reach out to people, how to create a brochure, how to create, a pitch for your business, which are useful in my life coaching business. So overall, not to belabor the point, none of my efforts over a year were wasted. I learned new knowledges. I learned new ways of doing things. And while I didn't get the job in the design field, that knowledge informs the venture that is successful, which is life coaching. And of course, the skills that I learned in life coaching are already operative in my business model and in how I approach people. So, what lesson is it that I want to share with you? I think the lesson is that learning, for as long as you connect it to what is it that you want to do, what is it that you are capable of doing, what is it that you love doing, and then when you go and learn something about it, practical or theoretical, it might not lead to immediate tangible results. It might not lead to immediate benefits, but it will enhance you as a person, and it will enhance you and augment you as a person so that you can approach different things differently. You can devise different methods of solving problems, of helping others. So, the simple lesson, experientially speaking, is that no matter what you learn, how you learn it, why you learn it, or where you learn it, will become useful and related to whatever you choose to do in your life. It may not give you immediate tangible results, but if the purpose is to become a better person, to become a more effective teacher, more effective coach, more effective human being, right? Then any kind of learning is never wasteful. The time that you spend on it is never wasted. And you can always find ways to use one body of knowledge or one kind of knowledge, tweak it to use in another field to make your work better, right? And to be more transformative and effective in the world. So that's the experience that I wanted to share today. Let me know what you think. Please do share if you have had similar experiences or different experiences. I would love to hear your views. I would also like to thank all of you for your constant support. It means a lot to me, and I'm really grateful for that. Please feel free to send me any questions that you might have about my experiences, and I'll try to answer them. I hope you're staying safe, taking care of each other. Please continue to do so. Be generous, be kind, and I will now see you next time. Until then, as always, peace and love.